An American has just been freed from Russian-controlled territory in Ukraine by a team from Ukraine's military intelligence. ABC News got exclusive access to the mission following a 2-hour ceasefire agreement in the area. ABC News foreign correspondent Tom Soufi Burrdige has more from Zaporizhia. Tom, Soufi Burrdige, this American freed, spent weeks, he says, in a basement where he says he was tortured. So what was it like to talk to him after he was finally rescued from that?
Well, Diane, he was pretty calm given what he's been through. I mean, he's been captured by the Russians in the early stages of the war. He was held in the basement for a month, he says, by Russian-controlled authorities there. He says he was beaten, punched in the face, electrocuted with wires to his hands for 15 seconds at a time. But he says the worst thing when he was in captivity and being tortured wasn't that. It was actually hearing women screaming who he says were being tortured, hearing men crying who he says were also being tortured. He says it was crazy, scary, but he did get out of prison. The Russians released him a few weeks ago, but he was then trapped still in Russian-controlled territory because he didn't get his US passport back. He said he was frightened, and let's hear what those last few weeks were like before he was dramatically rescued by Ukrainian military intelligence this morning.
It just felt a little bit unpredictable. You know, I didn't know if I was going to end up in a dangerous situation. I didn't know when I was going home, so everything was uncertain.
So relief to get out.
Yes, quite relief. Yes.
Surprisingly calm, as you said, Tom, given what he's been through. Can you walk us through what went into this mission? How did they finally get him out?
Yeah, let's take everyone through how this played out this morning, Diane. We set off from Zaporizhia city, where I'm talking to you from now, with a convoy of vehicles with Ukraine's military intelligence. We drove through checkpoints right into what's called the grey zone. That's effectively the area around the front lines. We got to the last Ukrainian checkpoint. Our ABC News team waited at a bridge there. The military intelligence team then proceeded. They then got Soufi Burrdige, this US national from Minnesota, out. He met them on a piece of road. He walked up with a plastic bag, and then they brought him back to us, and we talked to him for a long time, both on the journey back to Zaporizhia city and also at that location at the bridge. I mean, he was almost joking as well. I mean, he said that the things that he's looking forward to now that he's out and free in Ukrainian-controlled territory is a peanut butter sandwich. He said also that he can't wait to have a hot shower. He said he hasn't had a hot shower for absolutely ages. He was looking forward to telling his family he's out. He had been speaking to his family in recent days. He told them that an exchange was likely. This was a delicate negotiation, we're told, from the Ukrainians and the Russians. Effectively, the Russians, once they decided that they were going to release him, it's not clear exactly why they released him. He was told that once the Russians claimed to have annexed the territory where he was being held, the charges were no longer, the sort of false charges he was being accused of were no longer applicable under Russian law, and they let him free. And then he was sort of trapped inside Russian-controlled territory, and they got him out on this mission this morning.
So glad to see him free and safe, Tom. Meanwhile, two U.S. officials have confirmed plans to send Patriot air defense missile systems to Ukraine. Tom, how significant is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's massive, Diane. The other big news out of Ukraine this morning is that Russia once again launched a wave of drone strikes at Kyiv, the capital. President Zelensky saying all 12 of those drones were shot down, but this is just the latest wave of airstrikes on Ukrainian cities in recent weeks and months, crippling the power grid here. That is why Ukraine wants better air defense systems. This is a major shift from the US. The US has been resisting Ukrainian pleas for these Patriot advanced missile systems for months now. The Patriots are significant because they can hit a missile way off from the point where they're launched, and there'll be a massive, massive boost. One Ukrainian official saying to me, this is a potential game changer in the war. Diane?
All right, Tom Soufi Burrdige. Stay safe, Tom. Excellent reporting. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.